as you assess this roster, and of course you've got more guys coming in this summer, how good is this team? What do you see as a ceiling for this program going through 2025?
You know, I think I've matured a little bit since last year, where I made the comments that this is the most talented team I've ever. Like, you know, this is again, this is I really like this team that we put together and that we have, and I think it has a lot of potential. You know, we have to expedite that elevation to reaching our full potential, but you know, outcomes are driven from a lot of different things. The outcomes of a game, right? And the ability to say you won or lost a game. There's so many things that determine that. But when you talk about this team being a really good football team, we definitely have the ability to do that. We just got to continue to develop, and we'll see what the outcomes are, right? Like, if you would ask me after week 2 last year, what's the outlook of this season? I'm just trying to get ready for week 3, you know. But we'll let the outcomes kind of happen when we get to the season. But I do believe we have a high ceiling, and we just got to continue to elevate to reaching that level that we aspire to reach.
Curious about the offensive line, bringing back so many players, but usually you think 5 starters back, it's all seniors, but this isn't that group. What excites you about that group from a talent standpoint, and even though that they are younger than a typical fully returning Notre Dame offensive line?
Yeah, I mean, you got guys like Billy and Emil who had started multiple games, multiple years, like that are really good players. Then you got a guy like Ashton Craig who is coming off an injury but was playing at a high level when he was starting for us. And then Charles Jagasaw, a guy that was coming into the season as a starter, tears his pec, but then he comes back and plays in 2 of the biggest games of our season. And then Anthony Now, a guy that started as a true freshman also, and he gets hurt at the end of the season. So I like, because they all have big game, big moment experience. They're all really talented football players, high ceiling guys. But they're still guys that maybe have played 2 games, 3 games. So they have to continue to develop too. But I really am excited because they are high ceiling guys. And I think, you know, Billy and Emil are probably as close to the ceiling as you can be. And they got room to go. Right? I'll make sure I say that they still have room to grow. But then you have 3 guys that just haven't, you know, now probably play more than anybody, but like, again, young guys that are really have room to continue to improve, that have all started for us. So that's what excites me. And now those are 5 guys that we would assume and say, okay, those are your 5 starters. Then the depth of the room, like the depth of our room, our offensive line room, is really impressive. Credit to Coach Rudolph for the job he's done in recruiting. You know, we've got some really good young guys and guys that maybe haven't played that had a great spring. You know, I think about a guy like Joe Otting, right, that took a lot of reps with the ones, and Sullivan Absher and Gerby until he got hurt. And I'm sure I'm missing some guys, but I mean, the depth of that offensive line room is really impressive.